I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching up to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is it's my skin. Well, fire away. 'Cause today I won't let the streets in. We are going to sit through the barricades. Breathing for the sun. That's what we feel. I won't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we're going in. Love me now. I'm gonna send a word from the ground of my heart. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. And I'm marching on the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is
me.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me. Yo!
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah, baby. Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hey, how are you, everyone?
Hello.
Yeah. Awesome. How are
Who's
you?
on today? Is it just the two of us? Wow.
The two of
three of
us
us.
together, just the three of us.
Awesome.
Yeah. What's happening? What are some wins, ladies? Wins.
Oh, ticking off lots of things, getting lots of things done in holiday time. So, yeah, good.
Yeah, cool. Like what? What are you getting ticked off?
Oh, just heaps of things that I needed to do that I put off because I was working and busy and stuff like that, like things around the house, things for me, whole lot of stuff.
Amazing.
All that, my tolerations list that I've been tolerating.
Oh, we love that. How good does that feel?
No, it's really good, and I'm really enjoying I'm simplifying because I'm in semi-lockdown, really enjoying the simple life.
Yeah.
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 And there's some beauty in that.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you mean you're in semi-lockdown? What's happening where you are?
Well, we've all got to wear masks. A lot of people are cancelling things.
Okay.
And, yeah, you can't, you can't do as much as you'd normally do.
So you can go out, but you're meant to wear masks, apparently.
Yeah, you have to wear masks indoors. If you go outdoors, you don't have to wear masks, but indoors everywhere. So, yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, it sucks. But don't you? Or are you?
No.
Well, yes, but no.
I never wear a mask. I've never worn a mask ever.
No.
I can't breathe in a mask, and I'm just about to go to the doctor and say, do I have claustrophobia, or is it psychological?
You
Serious?
can straight away say you've got a medical exemption. They can't ask you legally. They cannot ask you shit.
You can just say I've got an exemption.
I
You don't
pretty
need to
much
prove
have
it.
been putting the mask here and not over my nose. The minute I get it over my nose, I get all anxious and I can't breathe and everything fogs up and I start feeling really like I can't breathe properly. So I think I actually have mild claustrophobia or something. So anyway, no one's has to, as long as you got it on, they don't tell you how to wear it, if you know what I mean. So I'm just doing it to be polite, not because
I don't even put it on. I don't even put it on. I just no one even says anything to me. So funny.
I've had one person say something to me and they kind of back down really quickly.
Really? Wow. Well,
yeah, one of my friends, she's really anti all of this too, and she messaged me saying, I went into the supermarket because they're doing the QR codes in the supermarkets as well, which I also don't do. And she's like, there was a whole line of people and 2 security guards, and she just walked straight in with no mask, and then the security guard stepped in front of her and then said something, and she's like, she just said exemption. Exemption.
Right.
And then he didn't know what to say, and then she just walked straight in. And then the same thing at Bunnings, they said something to her, and she just, I don't know I can't remember what she said, but she's like, I just say I'm exempt. I'll just say I'm exempt if they were to say anything to me.
Yeah.
Right. You guys are a little bit brasher than I am down here in New South Wales.
Yeah, like I'm not going to wear one to be polite. Oh God.
Exactly.
No,
it was so funny because we were at the shops, and the guy who was serving us yesterday, because I went, so I didn't have to go out for a few days. I just went to the supermarket and just grabbed some veggies and stuff. And Brooklyn came with me, and she's like, "You're wearing a mask," to the guy. She goes, "My mum doesn't wear a mask." I don't have this mask on, right? And he's like, "Oh," she's like, and she goes, "She doesn't like to wear a mask."
I love how candid and honest and open they are at that age. It's so beautiful.
I know. And she goes, "And I don't need to wear a mask." And I said, "Neither do I, and neither does anybody," and he just didn't know what to say. Oh my God.
Yeah. I've been having all sorts of coronavirus. I'm very intense about the vaccine and everything at the moment, so I've just got to take a chill pill for a bit, I think. No, I have. I've been researching, and
Great.
you have to really interesting conversation.
In 2023, they're meant to be releasing, if you must get the vaccine, they're actually releasing one that's not the mRNA, so it's not a DNA altering one. It's like what the now vaccines are, like our normal vaccines are. So if you can hold out till then, if you must have it, if you hold out to then, there's less risk of it being something that'll change your body for extended period of time.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. I have no intention of having the vaccine. And I had some really interesting conversations with a lady in a shop today who is from Czechoslovakia. And she said that her brother, who was a surgeon, died in December of COVID, and 16,000 people have died in Czechoslovakia. And lots have had the vaccine, and a lot of people have had issues with the vaccine, have got sick, and really, really permanently long-term sickness. So they're at this quandary that they've done the right thing, because it was so much more intense over there. Like, I think we're a little bit naive in the fact that it hasn't really hit us in the way that it has hit Europe. And so it was really interesting having this conversation with her, because her family are in, Europe, and so many people have died, and they're already seeing the effects of people who have taken the vaccine and the people who haven't, it was so scary for them that I can see why they took the vaccine. But this ibuprofen, it's like an anti, what is it? It's like a drug that you can take, like tablets that you can take that they used in horses, and you can actually it kills mites and things like that inside your body, and they're seeing that as another cure for COVID. This is the latest. I can't remember the exact name of it. I can tell you about it, but I'm doing lots and lots of research about it. But it's very hard to find in Australia. Well, they're not releasing it unless it's got it's prescription orientated. So I don't know.
No, I'm just a no to vaccines in general, so I'm not even gonna consider it for me or Brooklyn for sure.
Oh, my kids won't have it, but my partner did go and have it, so I'm showing him a whole lot of videos which he is watching, and I just have to stand back and let him make that decision, not be down his throat about what he should be doing and what he shouldn't be doing, because there's nothing worse than someone telling you what you should do. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's not about what he should be doing. It's what actually educating self about what's going on and about what's in the vaccines and what's actually really going on outside of the what's going on behind the scenes.
The narrative that we've been given. I'm slowly sending him videos, and he is responding, saying, "Yeah, I will watch it. I will watch it." Came over for dinner last night. I said, "Did you watch it?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Do you want to watch it after dinner?" So we sat and watched it. I'm making sure he's watching it. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So your 3 wins, ticking off tolerations. What else?
Resting, looking after me, and standing in my power.
Oh, doing lots of research.
Yes, and doing lots of research.
Amazing. Let's give Nicola some whoop.
And doing that really good, releasing the old inner child and letting go of that. I'm halfway through that, and it's really powerful. So that's good.
Amazing. Is that the rebirth journaling? Yeah. Sarah said she did it, and it was so powerful for her.
Yeah, it is. You realize how much you've evolved.
Yeah.
And I'm just nothing like I was as a kid. Nothing. Like nothing. You wouldn't recognize me.
So good.
And I've moved more in the last 3 years than I've moved in 10, I reckon.
Yeah, amazing, babe. Love it. Go you. Woo!
You can't stop.
No stopping you. Carly, what are your wins, beautiful?
I don't know. I've been spending this last 15 minutes going, what the fuck have I done this week? Actually, I do know one. We've sold our block of land. It is fully getting sold.
Fully done. Fully done deal.
Got a couple more things that Gav's got to do, but it's there. It's
getting closer. Amazing.
So that's great closure.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of realizations this last week, and shifted a lot of stuff to make it easier in doing business and stuff. So I've been really journaling a lot and creating space and removing shit and
amazing.
Yeah. So
love that. One more.
What about your beautiful children?
Yeah, anything with the kids, family life.
I just saw your photo of your kids and sitting there around a tree, and I went, oh God, how beautiful is that?
Oh, we went for a bit of a nature walk the other day. So just I guess being with them, and today's been a pretty shitty day, so it's hard to think about them in any way at the moment, bar get the fuck to sleep, to be honest. But no, I'm from my point of view, I'm getting a bit more patient with them. So even though there's outbursts, it's not quite as dramatic from them from my perspective. So I guess that's a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Woohoo! Let's go, Carly's. Whoop, whoop.
Yay, Carly. Awesome.
Great, guys. All right. So what's come up for you guys this week? What do you need? What have you learned? And what's been the opportunity? Either what do you need? What's come up? What are you still moving through? Or what's the learning and the opportunity for you inside of that?
I think it's been quite heavy emotionally.
Yep.
Consistently. I know I'm being challenged, and I am learning to feel it all, and not my inner child wants to kind of be done with it and run away and call it over, and just and run away from the emotion, and I'm sitting in it, and I'm just learning to do things that make me feel good, and learning to do things because I want to do them rather than have to do them, and please myself, and stand in that and say, well, no, I was choosing this over this, kind of like, don't shame me, don't make me feel bad about that. This is what I was doing. And I've really stood up for myself in that way. And the old me would have gone, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, yeah, I know I should have, oh how inconsiderate of me, or oh yeah, I know, I'm sorry, and I'm not doing that anymore. And I just go, no, you came over at 10 o'clock. I said, that wasn't convenient to me. No, he rang me up, Jim rang me up Saturday at 10 a.m, goes, do you want to come for a bike ride? And I said, oh, look, I won't today. I've got so much to do. I've got the housework, I've got this, I've got that. Anyway, they turn up at 12 o'clock at my house. My house was a freaking mess. I had 3 teenagers asleep. I just had a huge week. I come back from holidays and then worked the whole week. I was really tired, and there's no way I wanted to go for a bike ride at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. And they came over, and my house was a mess. And I thought, don't you dare feel guilty or embarrassed or any of that. I just said to them, oh, it's such a shame you're coming here now. I'm really not ready. I'd love you to see this at its best, but, I'm not the sort of person that likes people that drop in, because I'm not. Like, if you're going to come to my house, give me 10 minutes warning, or, tell me. I don't like people coming to my fucking house uninvited.
Oh,
do you like that? Oh, maybe it's me.
I don't mind it. It depends on my state and what I'm doing. Yeah, but I get it. I totally get it.
And that was probably the worst day he could have shown up. And he was not there. Not. I don't care if Jim comes over, because Jim's seen my house in all sorts of states. But he invited his sister and his sister's partner. They jumped on the bike. They went for a coffee because they couldn't see me at 10, so they came at 12. And I'm like, I was so tired, and I couldn't even be bothered to clean at that time. And I was doing a few things. And then they turn up at my door, and I'm like, oh, and then I had to show them my renovations that I've done. And there was shit there because Jack had moved all this stuff in there. And it didn't look its best. And I thought, right, you got me out, didn't you? And then what is the thing for you though around needing 10 minutes? Like, what's the opportunity inside of that for you to like? To be vulnerable and to not have my shit together. And
wow, how interesting.
And to to not fake it, because I fake it all the time. I race around and quickly tidy my house up so everyone thinks I live a perfect life, which I don't. So I got caught, and I'm thinking right in the middle of it, Nicola, this has happened for a reason. You're caught, you're done. Own the fact that you're not perfect and stand in that and let them see that, because they're really, I mean, his sister's a clean freak and she's just like so organised, and I just went, oh, fuck, that pisses me. And then I sent a text message to Jim saying, please never do that again. It was so embarrassing. And then when I saw her the next day, I said, I'm sorry, but you caught me. I was really uncomfortable and embarrassed. And, you know, it's been a busy week and my stuff was everywhere. Like, you know, it's
Why do you have to apologize? Like,
I know,
but
but well, it was a semi-apology and it was a look, I'm letting you know that I was really uncomfortable. And why did you just come there? It wasn't truly an apology. It was just like, I'm just letting you know, I had a huge week and, you know, there's lots going on in my house and, you know, the kids are there. And I even said to Jim, I said, I don't have full control over my house. You know that. I said, I have 3 teenagers living there. And if they do stuff, there's a lot of things I can't always control.
so that's
you know?
why you need to let that shit go. Get over it.
Yeah, I know. I do.
Who gives a fuck? You know, be like, oh, didn't expect you were coming over. Oh, the house is a mess. Cool, come on in. Welcome to life, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know that they're incredibly judgmental of people who don't have tidy houses. But anyway.
That's their stuff. That's their stuff.
It is totally their stuff.
God, my house is never fucking perfect.
No, neither is mine. Anyway, I'm starting to do that now. I'm starting to own my shit and I'm starting to not have to present myself as perfect. And
good. Keep leaning into that because there is no such thing as perfect. And if someone's judging you, where are you judging you or judging others?
No, actually, deep down, I quite like it when I come to someone's house that's not perfect. Because I go, oh, fuck, another one like me. Thank God, I'm normal.
Yeah, most people are like that. Oh my God, my first husband was like the opposite, where it was like everything like had its place and you like couldn't have one thing out. Oh my God, I just was like, I need to fucking get out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck living like that.
It's sick, isn't it? It's horrible.
Oh, it's just not. It's just like not
relaxed.
real, not realistic, not relaxed, not. Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm learning to just be me, and I know. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many emotions coming up. There's so many, and I'm pissed off because his sister turns up on Friday night, the first night of a 2-week holiday. She turns up racing out of Sydney to get out of lockdown, and she is they're self-isolating at Jim's house for the 2 weeks.
Well,
so that
not
means,
if they're going out bike riding.
Yeah, but then they're outside.
But that's not part of the deal, though, isn't it? So they have to stay inside.
I think they're allowed to do exercise for an hour or something, aren't they? Isn't that part of it?
I don't think so. No.
Not when they're in self-isolation. You're meant to be in a controlled environment and stay in there for that whole 2 weeks.
You're also not meant to be with other people. Like they shouldn't be staying with Jim.
No, well, they dumped themselves on Jim's door. And then, no, it was, to be perfectly honest, they left and told him Friday afternoon, we're coming. And they turned up at 8:30 on Friday. And then the lockdown started on Saturday at lunchtime or afternoon. So, and then they backdated it. So they know, and then they sort of said, well, we can't go anywhere for 14 days. Anyway, I invited Jim over last night. So I'm just doing my own thing. I don't need to go over there and you know, ruin my 14 days holiday. And so I'm doing my own thing. So I said, Jim, do you want to come over for dinner? And I didn't hear anything for a couple of hours. And then I said, oh, don't worry, I get it. You're with your sister. And then he goes, oh, I didn't get the message. You know, is the offer still on? And I said, yeah. Anyway, I cooked a nice dinner. I showed him the video. And then afterwards I said, well, you know, it is just a little bit disappointing in a way that your sister's there for 14 days. It's 14 days of holiday. It means we don't get any time on our own. And like, you know, as good as Darwin was, we didn't really have much time together. And, you know, and he goes, oh, you keep saying, oh, and I said, but it is what it is. And he goes, you keep saying it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But you keep saying, I said, yeah, but I said, because it's not what I'd planned, but it is what it is. And it just has to be, but it's not what I would like.
Yeah, but it's true about saying it doesn't matter and it is what it is, because it actually does matter, because that's why you're still upset about it.
Yeah, but what can you do about it?
Express how you feel.
Well, I thought I was. And then he was saying, well, why do you keep saying but? I said, yeah, well, it is. It's not what I want, but it is what it is. And, you know.
Yeah, but cancels it out. You can't use but.
Can't you? Well, I thought I was saying, I get that your sister's there. And once again, we have to share our time with them. And
you're just saying that to be nice, because as soon as you say but, it cancels out what you said previously.
Does it?
Yes. Absolutely.
No, I don't know another way of saying it. Because
and. You can say and. You can say and.
And it is what it is. Okay. And it is what it is.
Okay. But even saying that is a little bit like operating over the top of it.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, because it's like doesn't matter, it is what it is. Even though underneath you're upset about it, or you're disappointed about it, or you're pissed off about it, or whatever.
I am.
Aha! You cheeky monkey. Aha! So
I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off.
Exactly. Okay, so can I give you
so pissed off about everything? I'm pissed.
I
am, but I'm very calm about being pissed.
But you're like, but here's what it is. And you're like trying to pretend like it's all okay when it's not really.
No, it's not fucking really. But what but what choice do I have but to accept it?
Always have a choice. Don't be a butter, Carly said.
Well, I don't know how else to do it. I don't.
Yes,
like
you
it.
do. Stop it.
I don't like it. But what choice do I have? I have to accept it.
You have
He's
lots of choices.
Here.
You don't have to accept it.
Well, I'm doing my own
about
thing.
it. So you can say, I'm fucking pissed off that they're here. So what can we do about it? And
well, I don't know. He's pissed off. In a way, I think he's quite happy that I nearly dropped it. That's why.
Quite happy.
I think he's quite happy. I think he's avoiding communicating.
How do you know that?
It feels that. I feel that.
Yeah, but you don't know that for sure.
I don't know that, but I haven't had. So you know what? I was thinking, oh, okay, the holidays would be great. We can have really good conversations and we can talk about a relationship, because it was building up over the holidays as well. When I went to the Northern Territory, and I thought, oh, well, and then they turn up for 2 weeks. I'm like,
you could have spoke to him last night instead of watching a dumb video. You could have watched the video in his own time.
Yeah, but
you guys could have spoken about stuff.
If I do speak about stuff,
see, you're taking the easy road. Let's watch the video about this.
Well, the video was important. The video was confrontational as well.
More important than talking.
Well, we talked a little bit at the end, but can I really talk about how I feel when he's got his sister there? I don't want her to be, I don't want to hurt. I want to have this conversation when they're gone. Do you know what I mean? I don't want them to be around.
But they weren't there.
No, but it could get.
My eyelashes are bothering me. So
yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk heavy. I want to talk deep and heavy, and I can't do it around them. Not if they're going to be here for another 10 days.
I disagree.
You would.
I disagree with that because it's like, what, you got to hold in your emotions for another 10 more days because they're at his house? Why? You still have a
I
right
feel
to
like,
express yourself.
well, there's a part of me that wants to call it all off.
Yeah.
And I don't want to cause major drama because he doesn't like confrontation. And it would be even worse with his sister there. Be more uncomfortable. So I suppose I'm holding it off. Well, it could end that way. I don't want it to end that way, but there's so much I have to say.
Yeah.
So much that I need to communicate. And we're not like, we're there together, but it's really uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. I care for him a lot, but there's so much we haven't communicated and I haven't got out that.
Okay, so let's do some shifting work for you. How does that sound?
Yeah, okay.
Let's do some change work around these emotions first, and then I'm going to give you something that you can use to, I don't know if I sent this to you, Carly. Maybe I was going to, but I don't know if I have. That will help you with being able to communicate. Simple 3-step process, if you would like it.
Yes, I would love it. Sounds
Okay.
great.
All right.
I've got so much negativity inside of me and
I know, that's what
unexpressed emotion. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So what do we need?
What do I need?
Oh, I'm just tuning in a little bit and seeing what I need to do with you here. Feeling like we need to do core transformation. Okay, so what is the feeling that you would like to change?
Being rejected, being ignored, not valued.
What's the feeling? What's the feeling inside of you?
Not good enough.
And how does that make you feel? Or is it a behavior or a response? Because you said earlier you're pissed off. So what are all the emotions that you're feeling?
I'm feeling like I don't matter to him. I'm feeling disconnected. I'm feeling like, I feel really cut off from him. And
so what's the deepest wounding around all of this? Is it I don't matter?
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel? What emotions?
Really, really angry because I fucking do.
Good. What else?
Because I do matter, and it brings up that inner child, and I seem to be snapping at everything and be triggered by everything.
Yeah, and that's why else you need to have conversation with him earlier than in 10 days' time, because there's so much that's that's unspoken, just causing a lot of that. It's like when you sweeping shit under the rug, it's still there. So it's just so like on edge with everyone and everything because you haven't spoken.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what I'm going to give you, we're going to do this technique, but then I'm also going to give you the task of communicating with him with the method that I am going to give you. That's part of the tasking.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay. Now you don't need to go into the fucking like what we're going to do in our relationship and any of that, but you're just going to do the task that I give you. Okay.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. So,
because you know how we talked last week and I had all the intentions of having that conversation the weekend.
Yeah.
And then I just can't.
You can.
I just don't want to be I don't want to cause dramas in
Okay,
front of
well,
people.
it's not, doesn't have to be dramatic. But what has to happen is you have to communicate your feelings, that's all. Okay, so am I clear in saying that the thing that you would like to shift right now is the feeling of that I don't matter, and or is it really angry?
It's that I don't matter. I'm not significant enough.
Okay. And is that as a feeling or a thought?
It's a real feeling.
A real feeling.
It's a feeling on so many levels, and then I look for it in our activities together, and then I find it, and then I trigger, and then I trigger, and then I trigger.
Of course you do, yeah.
There's
So-
another. There's another.
So when do you do it? Tell me a little bit about how.
I'm
and when you
even
do it.
angry when I'm not with him. I'm thinking about it every minute of the day because I'm cranky, and then I'm talking to myself about how angry I am with him. Like, it's just.
Yeah. So
it's
is
bad.
it anger or is it insignificant?
Well, my default is anger. I get angry because that's a
Okay.
family thing. That's a generational.
So that's
thing.
the response. The response to it is anger.
Yeah.
So what would you like to shift now? Would you like to shift the anger? Or the
Yeah, because in order for me to have a real conversation with him that's not drama filled, I need to be calm, and I need to get rid of the anger and the reactiveness, because I think he just gets so scared that he's holding back.
Okay, so when you experience this feeling of anger, tell me a little bit about how and when you do it.
Well, because I'm feeling low grade insignificance and I'm feeling not important in his life, that I look for those situations when we're together, and I find it every time, and then they trigger me, and then and then I go, well, see, I am insignificant, look what he's doing. Well, I'm obviously very insignificant, or he doesn't value me, or I'm not important enough. All of those things come up because of what. And I know, like, when he walked in the door last night at 6:30, he came in and he didn't even give me eye contact. And then I just looked at him and I waited, and he looked into the room, he walked in, he put the bottle of wine on the table, and I'm thinking, he hasn't even looked at me, and he's walked past me, my God. So I'm just looking at him, and I just stood there until he looked at me. And I thought, well, he's scared. He can feel the energy. The energy is all wrong. It's all wrong.
Okay, so I'd like you to close your eyes now and mentally step into a specific incident in which you responded in this way with anger to the feeling insignificant with Jim.
Think of a situation.
Put yourself into, mentally, close your eyes and mentally step into, as if you're inside the event, inside a time when you did this response of anger when you felt insignificant with Jim.
Yep, got it.
Similar to one of the ones that you just mentioned. Got it? Good. And what do you notice internally as you begin to feel the insignificance and the anger response? What inner picture, sounds, or feelings go with this response?
I get hot inside here, and
in your chest.
Yeah, it's chest and stomach, and then it starts in the middle and it goes out like that. Okay. And it's hot. It's hot and it's red, and I get fiery. Okay. And I feel it, but I just had to sit in it. I couldn't react, but I heard it, and I'm like, oh.
What did you hear?
I just heard what he said, and that triggered me to make me feel insignificant.
Okay. What pictures did you see? Any pictures in your mind? What other feelings?
It's just red. No, I couldn't see any pictures. I just felt red.
Okay,
and
cool.
I felt it inside of my body. And it
Okay.
was control the feelings.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
But they're still in there. They haven't come
Right.
out.
And so you aren't consciously feeling this in this situation, right? You're not consciously doing it, are you? This response, you're
someone
not
says-
choosing it consciously.
Am I choosing it?
Consciously.
Am I conscious? Yeah, I suppose I am consciously choosing it.
Are you? Or is it happening unconsciously? Boom. He says something, you respond at the unconscious level.
Maybe it's unconscious. Yeah, it's unconscious.
It's unconscious. Good. So since you didn't consciously choose this response, we can think of it as though there's an unconscious part of you that is creating that response for you, correct? Because as you know, whenever we feel, think, or do something we don't like, the part of us that creates that experience has a positive purpose, actually. And that part actually wants something really phenomenal for us. So I'd like you to go back to that time that you thought of before, inside, back into the time when you noticed that response and you saw the red, you felt the hot inside of your chest and your stomach starting small and coming up bigger, feeling the anger. And do you feel the feelings most strongly in a certain part of your body now?
Yep.
Put your
It's in
hand,
my-
good. Put your hand on the area now where you sense that part most strongly in your body. And as you do, thank that part for being there and having some positive purpose for you. That's right. It's doing its best to accomplish something really positive for you through this response and feeling. So you can give it lots of appreciation for having some positive purpose. And even though we don't know what that purpose is yet, that's okay. Awesome. So as you feel the appreciation, I want you to ask this part, what do you want? The answer may come right away, or sometimes it takes a part a little while to find its purpose. That's okay. Allow the inner part, that inner part to give you an answer. So tell me what first comes to mind, and also notice what pictures, sounds, feelings you get as a response, and ask this part, what do you want?
The body is protecting me from the truth.
What does it want?
It wants the truth.
It wants the truth. Amazing. Good. Awesome. And so thank this part of you for being there, for wanting that for you and expressing what it seeks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Awesome. And now ask the part, if you have the experience of truth fully and completely, what do you want through having truth that is even more important?
Than truth.
Yeah.
What's more important than truth?
Yeah. If you have the experience of truth fully and completely, what do you want through having truth that's even more important?
Joy
Joy. Beautiful.
and laughter and love.
Great. And so if you have joy, laughter, and love fully and completely, what do you want through having joy, laughter, and love that is even more important?
Connection.
Connection. Beautiful. And so if you have the experience of connection wholly, fully, and completely, what do you want through having connection that is even more important?
Intimacy.
Intimacy. Beautiful. And if you have the experience of intimacy fully and completely, what do you want through having intimacy that's even more important?
unshakable,
Unshakable.
unshakable, what's the word? Belief.
Nice. And if you have the experience of unshakable belief fully and completely, what do you want through having unshakable belief that is even more important?
Strength.
Good. And if you have the experience of strength fully and completely, what do you want through having strength that is even more important?
Groundedness.
Good. And if you have the experience of groundedness fully and completely, what do you want through having or being grounded that is even more important?
Being truly authentic. Being truly me.
Truly me and authentic. Good. And if you have the experience of being you, truly you and authentic fully and completely, what do you want through having or being truly you and authentic that is even more important?
When I'm truly authentic, I can't be hurt by anybody because I'm truly.
But what do you want? If you have the experience of being truly you and authentic, fully and completely, what do you want through being truly you and authentic that is even more important?
A solid beacon of love. Don't ask me where that came from.
I love it. I love it. Solid beacon of love. Solid beacon of love. Yeah.
That's cool.
Awesome. And so thank the part of you again and invite this part of you to consider this idea. It is as though a part of you got the idea that it had to go through this whole series of steps in order to get to its core state of a solid beacon of love. Unfortunately, this doesn't work very well. We don't experience a core state of love very often when we go about it that way, because a core state of love is not something that is possible to achieve through a series of steps or actions. What is more effective in getting the experience of love, that solid beacon of love, is to simply have it as a starting point, as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way. So ask this part, would you like to have that as being a solid beacon of love as a starting point in an ongoing way?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Woo! So
100%.
invite the original part in your chest to step into that core state of a solid beacon of love now, and notice when you just have that solid beacon of love as a beginning, as a way of being in the world, not seeking it, but actually as a way of being in the world. How does already have being a solid beacon of love make things different?
Nothing matters. Nothing that anybody says will ever hurt me.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
So amazing. I want you to just feel that right now for a moment. Enjoy that and how good that feels knowing that.
Just free flowing energy. Nothing gets caught and trapped.
Exactly. And so if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, how does it transform your experience? Would you need to seek being truly me and authentic, or would you already have it?
I'd already have it. I wouldn't have to try. It would just be me.
That's right.
Be my base state.
Exactly. And if you had a solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek being grounded, or would you already be that?
I would already be that.
That's right. And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek strength, or would you already have that?
I'd already have it.
Exactly. And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek unshakable belief, or would you already have it?
No, would already have it.
That's right. And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek intimacy, or would you already have it?
I would have it.
And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek connection, or would you already have that?
Blown out of the water, more than connection than I'd ever had in my life.
And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek joy, laughter, and love, or would you already have it?
It'd be already within me.
That's right. And if you had solid beacon of love fully and completely as a way of being in the world in an ongoing way, would you need to seek truth, or would you already have it?
I'd already be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So do you still feel the feeling that was under your hand, or does it feel now as if the part has integrated throughout your body?
It feels like it's there.
Does it feel like it's integrating, or is
Yeah.
it?
No, it does feel like it's integrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so is there anything you need now to understand that actually you don't need any of those intended outcomes that you mentioned previously? Because when you are in the core state of solid beacon of love, you already have all of those intended outcomes inside of you. Right?
How do I keep there? How do I keep that state?
I want you to just be with it right now and notice that part that was under your chest, just feel into it now. Is it shrinking down and becoming smaller and smaller and integrating into your whole body now?
Yep.
Good. Awesome. And so sometimes a feeling or a response like this is psychologically young, and it's important to give it a chance to grow to your current age. Do this simply by asking the part to grow and develop to your current age, relying on the wisdom of your unconscious mind to guide the process. And your unconscious mind will happily do that for you. And now I want you to imagine that you're floating up above your timeline, like above now, and float all the way back to your beginning, to your birth, or if appropriate, even before your birth. And notice that in the beginning, you were one complete being. There were no parts fractioning out, using different behaviors or responses or feelings to seek a core state. You were one. Allow yourself to stay connected to the whole and experience this wholeness. And while remaining whole, move forward above your timeline, coming back to now. Keeping solid beacon of love fully integrated into the whole as you come forward above your timeline, only as quickly as you're able to float back to now and allow each and every event of your life to be re-experienced in your core state of solid beacon of love. And when you come back to now, close your eyes and let me know when you're back. Keep your eyes closed, I mean.
Are you there? Are you?
Yeah, still here.
Yeah. I was whole till about 3, I think. 2 or 3.
Cool. But did you go back from when you were born and come all the way back to now in that feeling of wholeness and being this total beacon of love all the way back to now through every event of your life? Kind of re-experiencing every event from your core state.
All right, I'll go back again and do it properly.
Yeah, so float above the timeline all the way back to the very beginning to your birth, or if appropriate before, and notice that in the beginning you were one complete being. There were no parts fractioning out, using different behaviors or responses to seek a core state. You were one. So allow yourself to stay connected to the whole and experience this wholeness. And while remaining whole, move forward above your timeline, coming back to now, keeping solid beacon of love. So love, that core state, fully integrated into the whole as you come forward above your timeline, only as quickly as you're able to float back to now, and allow each and every event of your life to be re-experienced in your core state of love. Solid beacon of love. And when you come back to now, keep your eyes closed and let me know when you're back. Good?
Yep.
Good. And let's do it again. I want you to float all the way back to your beginning. And notice that in the beginning, you were one complete being. There were no parts fractioning out using different behaviors or responses or feelings to seek a core state. You were one. And allow yourself to stay connected to the whole and experience this wholeness. And again, moving forward above your timeline, coming back to now. Keeping solid beacon of love, that state of love, fully integrated into the whole as you come forward above your timeline. Only as quickly as you're able to float back to now and allow each and every event of your life to be re-experienced in your core state of love. Solid beacon of love. And when you come back to now, keep your eyes closed and let me know when you're back. Good. And we're going to go back again. Same thing. Go all the way back to the beginning. Staying connected to the whole. Experience this wholeness. And while remaining whole, move forward above your timeline, coming back to now, keeping solid beacon of love, fully integrated into the whole as you come forward above your timeline. Only as quickly as you're able to float back to now and allow each and every event of your life to be re-experienced in your core state of love. Solid beacon of love. When you come back to now, keep your eyes closed and let me know when you're back. Awesome. So now imagine yourself in a future situation, a similar situation to the one where you used to experience that old feeling. And now, how will that experience be different when you experience it as a solid beacon of love?
Just won't be significant. It won't affect me. It'll bounce off me. It'll be laughable. It'll be just not even worth. Yeah. I can feel I'll attract a whole lot of amazing things.
Yeah.
And that I will be in the perfect place at the perfect time to be who I need to be. And I'll never be worried about should I be here or there or wherever. I'll just be in the right place at the right time, attracting, and the energy will be huge. And there'll be less attachment to things, less need, because I'll have it all within.
Exactly. Beautiful. So imagine yourself 10 years from now living in your core state of love, being that solid beacon of love. And turn and look back towards now. How are things different for you when you see how you lived from within your core state of being?
I just want to hug myself now and go, oh, I'm so pleased that you've come through that, or let go, let go, let go. It's not you. You are so much more than that. You are such a strong being. You are so much love to give, and you're more than enough. You're more than worthy. You're everything you need to be. And if you let go of the attachments that you think you need.
Absolutely. And can you notice the simplicity when you operate from that core state of love, being that solid beacon of love. So much simplicity there. Can you notice that?
Yeah, it just is.
Yeah. And so when you're ready, come back to now. Back into the room, open your eyes. How do you feel?
Everything. I'm so glad I did that exercise just before jumping on, because everything I was feeling writing that is what came up just now. And the feeling of who I was and what I was about, and I could feel that, you know, that all of that person that I was when I was 5 or 6 or 10, and all the insecurities and all the things that I thought was me, it just wasn't me.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh my God, you know, I needed to shed that in order to be who I need to be, in order to make a difference in the world, you know, and to shed all that shit. That's just so bullshit. It's so full of shit.
So how do you feel now? How do you feel now with regards to that anger and pissed offness that was there? Has that shifted?
Yeah, it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less significant, and it's a lot, I could laugh about it now or not be angry.
Nice. That's good. Woo! No more SSD.
No more SSD. And it's really draining being like that.
You know what would have helped as well to like do the full de-trigger process and like fully de-trigger, because it's like all that anger is like just festering. And you hadn't like got yourself out of that.
No.
So it just like kept like being there. It's like stuffing it down, right?
I was, and I suppose there's also part of me that knows you kind of got to feel it really heavily sometimes.